don't get me wrong, Mrs. Davis. I like hedgehogs. But you have to have a balanced viewpoint. Either that hedgehog or us. And I believe our lives are worth a great deal more than that spiky little flea bag's. Yes, you did well to avoid killing it. Unfortunately, you came very close to slaughtering us both. I'm sure if that little hedgehog could have spoken, he'd have disapproved of us risking our lives. He probably had suicide on his mind anyway. He could have been waiting there for days, eyes shut, limbs braced, putting his little affairs in order, bravely awaiting that cross-ply kiss of death. And you have to go and disappoint the poor little basket by driving us into a barn. I know I'm shook up as well, Mrs. Davis, but I don't think smoking is a very good idea. Yes, it will take away the nasty smell of petrol, but put that match out. Mrs. Davis!
Could I have a light, please, Mr. Small?
How I love you, my dear old Swanee. Climb upon my knees, sonny boy, though you're... Oh, come on, boss, it ain't that bad. Have a giggle. Say something anyway.
Know the way to the Labour Exchange, do you?
This, the Leicester Small School of Motoring, ma'am. It's for you, Buana, the bank. Dracula himself.
Hello, sir. Oh, yes, it's nice to talk to you again, sir. Yeah, that? Oh, that was my secretary. My ex-secretary. 15 minutes. Yes, of course, sir. No trouble at all, sir. Swine. Right, where's my interview suit?
Where you left it last, hanging up on the floor.
Hang on. Oh, that's marvellous, isn't it? My bank manager's going to be very impressed when I turn up dressed in this, isn't he? He'll fall over backwards to give me money. Oh, there we are, Mr. Small. There's a wad of money. Get yourself a new car. And there's another wad of money. Get yourself a new suit next time you're in Oxfam. You could at least hung it up.
You've changed your mind all of a sudden. I seem to remember you saying your interview still ought to be crumpled and tatty. Taken me years, you said, to get it to that state of seediness. Look too smart, you said, and they think you don't need the money, you said. No,
all right. Cut the memory act. I'll have to go in this. You better brush me down. Right. Have you seen my novel?
Have I seen your novel what?
Oh, very droll, very droll. My novel.
What's the title?
Hasn't got a title, it's got a brown paper cover. I've just got to the interesting bit, too. Well, I need something to read. Knowing my bank manager, he'll keep me waiting for hours. Ah, here we are. Right, come on, You'll have to brush me down. Hello there. Oh, hot from the press. You don't buy this, do you?
No, I'll get a free copy. I've got an arrangement with my paper boy.
Page 3's missing.
That's the arrangement.
What does your paper boy want with pictures of semi-naked women?
He's 14.
Yeah, 14. He should be studying something more useful. When I was his age, I read all of Shakespeare, half of Milton, and the best part of Charles Dickens. What could he possibly get out of page 3?
Great expectations? While you're at the bank, you better get the money to pay this.
What's that, another final demand? File it under T for threat.
This is from an important supplier of labour who threatens to resort to physical behaviour if it is not met by this afternoon.
Oh, strong up, eh? And who might this laborious purveyor of muscle be?
Me. 2 lots of wages you owe me.
2 lots? As much as that? That's disgusting, isn't it? Well, it's obviously bad bookkeeping. I shall have a word with my secretary.
I am your secretary?
Precisely. And you are responsible for paying the staff. In this case, you. How can I possibly afford a secretary who's so incompetent she can't make out a wage packet once a month?
Oh, I can do that all right. That's easy. It's the last bit I find difficult. You know, filling it with those crinkly bits of printed paper. What do they call them? I had one once. Oh, yeah, banknotes. I can never seem to find any of them in the cash box. It's funny, that, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's hilarious. Oh, don't worry. I'll get a large bundle in from the bank. Mr. Davis, he should cop up. After all, it's his wife who got me in this mess in the first place. If I don't teach her to drive, he'll have to. Oh, yes, I don't see why I can't have the money. I can't see why I can't have the money. I mean, I haven't had a crash in 4 weeks. A whole month without so much as a dent. I've been very careful.
You've been very selfish.
Selfish? Me, I don't think I quite,
Follow? It's very simple. During those 4 weeks, 2 self-employed panel beaters have gone bust. What was your doing, Small?
Mine?
They'd come to depend on you for regular work.
I don't believe this.
Do you fully understand how much this town is reliant on you, Small? Let me tell you what happens every time you have one of your weekly crashes. Let's go through it stage by stage, shall we? First of all, the police, fire, ambulance, and breakdown services are called out. They all use petrol, wear out their tires, consume lubricating oil, and so on. Are you with me?
No, but you go on ahead and I'll catch up.
Their clothes may need dry cleaning afterwards. They all have families, wives, children. They buy food, toys, shoes, etc. They bring in money from central government, money that circulates many times around our town, enabling our shopkeepers to make enough profit to pay taxes to central government to support the police, fire, and ambulance services. It's a small town, Small, to give the word play. If we don't justify these amenities, they'll be taken away from us. Without one of your occasional conflagrations, the town wouldn't have its own fire engine. Our firemen might be tempted to justify their existence with a little pyrotechnic impropriety.
Come again?
Arson. Our police force, likewise, might transgress a little in order to keep their cushy numbers, I believe is the current phrase. Then there's the cottage hospital. There's a limit to the number of fictitious epidemics those angels of mercy can invent to keep their jobs. One of these days, they'll go too far and let loose something really nasty, something for which there is no cure.
You mean,
Ever wondered why we get colds in summer? Even angels have to eat.
You make it sound like a conspiracy.
Thank you. That's the word I've been searching for. A conspiracy. Good, good. A conspiracy with you as its central figure. Oh, yes, you are an essential cog in the gearbox of this town. If you go bust, to mix a handful of metaphors, you bring down the entire fabric. Are now dependent on you for their livings. Panel beaters, car salesmen, scrap metal merchants, traffic wardens, purveyors of patent medicines. Everybody, in fact. From the printers of get-well-soon cards to the manufacturers of 5-barred gates. Your fiscal demise would leave gaping holes in the yellow pages. Yours, Small, is the acceptable face of capitalism. So keep up the good work. Lead us all out of this recession.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. 500? Yeah, but I've got wages and other expenses. I mean, that won't leave much for a car.
You won't need much of a car. On past performance, it'll only need to last you a week.
With your wife driving, will I last a week? That's what I ask myself. But I don't suppose that bothers you much, does it?
Of course it does. You are a very valued customer. Valued at this moment at, well, anyway, a very valuable commodity.
Me?
You are what we in the trade call a tax loss. And no mean one at that. You see, there are many people who are prepared to pay a lot of money to ensure that they keep at a lower tax bracket. So many, in fact, that I've had no trouble in selling shares.
Well, I mean, I can see that it's... Just a minute. What sort of shares?
Shares in you, Mr. Small. You are now a limited company with 10,000 ordinary £1 shares, of which you own 100. Aren't you a lucky man?
Let me see if I got this straight. You have sold me to your crooked cronies.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
In order to provide them with a tax loss. I shall see about this.
You will need to see the chairman of the board.
Right, who's that?
Me.
Very good there. Very good. Oh, dear. I must tell my missus that one.
All I asked was whether I could hire a car.
Oh, no more, Gummer, to crack a rib. Hire a car indeed. Very droll, very droll.
Do I take it you refuse? How about if I bought one?
Anything particular in mind?
What can you offer?
What can you pay?
Well, Mrs. Davis, who crashed my car, you see, now her old man is my bank manager, so I reckon I can go up to, £200.
I've got just a thing here, Gov. A good, solid, reliable motor owned by two little old ladies who use it for going to church on Sundays. Quality British engineered at its best. Low mileage, just over a quarter on the clock.
What, quarter of the way?
No, $250,000. None of them airy-fairy kilometres either. No, pre-common market this was when a mile was a mile. None of that 5/8 of sod-all stuff to try and palm us off with nowadays. No, a good, honest Christian mile was good enough for this motor. Don't use metric petrol neither. Fill it up with gallons. Don't go messing about with litres, it won't run properly. It's used to gallons. Gallons of good old British one-star. Gallons of it. Well, not that many gallons, really. I'd say more than 30.
30?
Yeah, Grand Tour this was. Used to do the Grand Tour. Needed a big tank for running around Europe because the French don't have many petrol stations in them days.
Exactly how old is it?
Now, that'd be telling, wouldn't it, Gun? I mean, this car is a lady among motor cars. I mean, you wouldn't ask a lady her age, now, would you? Just as long as she's up to it, who cares, eh?
Gallon, eh?
Yeah, that's an advantage. You can do 300 miles before you need to fill it up again.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's it. Is it 300 gallons divided by 30 equals,
That's 30 exactly.
But, yeah, it's very good.
That's bloody miraculous.
I'll buy it.
It's yours. Now, let's not make it about the price. Tell you what I'll do. Straight line, bottom price, no messing. Agreed?
Agreed.
Can't say fair in this. Cutting my own throat, but I want to save your valuable time because I know you want to get your hands on this beautiful car as soon as possible. 500.
500?
Did I say 5? Hush my mouth, slip of the tongue. 3 was what I had in mind. 5 and drive it away.
Well, I've only got 200.
That'll do.
On your way. Hello, dear. It is I, your husband, Robert Redford. Yoo-hoo, Sally. 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 You. What's this, the Marie Celeste? A note. Dear Lester, decided to end it all. Have sent the children to the orphanage and strangled the cat. P.S. Your dinner is in the dog. Sally. P.P.S. Joking, really. We do not have a dog. Gone to the shops, back in a minute. P.P.P.P.S. Please take the chicken out of the oven when done. Done means brown, not black. Right. Did you hear that? You're supposed to turn a nice gold, crispy brown. Not lie there pale and anemic in a puddle of gravy. So get crackling. That should cook your goose. 4 P's and an S. Ask Bert for an extra pint. Do not underline, quarrel underlined with him. Exclamation mark. Your ever-loving and adoring wife, Thingy. Also, please leave money for housekeeping. Housekeeping? It's an interesting new subject. Ah, yes, it's obviously evening classes. Practical housekeeping every Thursday, 7:30, bring your own socks. Oh, perhaps it's Jose keeping. Ah, that's it. She's got herself a Latin lover. Oh, no. I'm falling over, falling over, I'm You're a bit old for an au pair, aren't you? Do help yourself to my tea bags. Bert. Do help yourself to my sugar. Bert. Well, at least the milk is... No, don't tell me. Bert. Anyway, that's my mug. Bert. I don't take sugar. I take umbrage. Don't you ever do any work? The only time I see you is here in my kitchen. I've never seen to catch you out on your rounds. Oh, perhaps you don't have a round. Perhaps you like going round in that silly apron, having a milk crate, sitting in other people's kitchen, drinking their tea. And making rude noises.
Excuse me.
It spoke! Mummy, Mummy, the nasty thing, it spoke! And scratched itself.
Something's burning.
Quick, what's in the oven? Let's hope, dear friend, we're not too late. Oh, burnt to a cinder. Watson, I suspect foul play. Notice the gravy stains here, here, and here. This poor creature has received a severe basting. Who could have performed such a dastardly crime? And what's more to the point, what's she going to say when she comes back from the shops?
Lester!
Hello, darling.
What do you call this?
Yes, we were going to find out. We were holding a court of inquest. Watson and I have come to the conclusion that this, in a previous experience, was a chicken.
It's your dinner.
Objection, Your Honor. Putting food into the witness's mouth.
Or rather, it was your dinner. But, I can't trust you to do a simple thing, can I? Did you read the note I left? I bet you didn't.
Exhibit A, Your Honor. A suicide note.
Exhibit B, the murder weapon, as used by the accused.
Who abused?
To batter her husband to death
And
for...
not the face, not the face.
For failing to carry out a simple chore, also used to extort money for housekeeping.
Housekeeping? Is that what it was? I thought for a moment you developed a sock fetish. Now, driving, you see, is a bit like being a fashion model. You have to be in the right gear. Now, this steep hill, for instance, you need to be what we in the trade call low gear. What gear are you in?
I'm third gear.
Right. Well, change down to second.
Sorry, Mr. Small.
I said a fashion model, not a stripper. I'm going a bit too fast, so touch the brakes. The brake, the middle pedal.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
The one next to the clutch.
I'm trying to.
Well, touch it. What?
The brakes have gone.
Gone? Well, if they're gone, there's no point in looking for them, is there? Now, there's no need to panic. It's all right, it's all right. We slow down. In fact, it's very good exercise. What do we do now?
Pray?
In the event of a primary brake failure, we apply the backup system, right?
Reverse.
Yeah, the brake, the handbrake.
Where is it? I can't find it.
Ah.
Small, I can't find it. Where is it?
No, that should we. I mean, always find out where the controls are, especially when you're in an unfamiliar car. I mean, there's no point when you're racing out of control with no brakes to suddenly discover you don't know where the handbrake is. It's all right. Nothing bad seems to be here.
Where?
Well, somewhere.
Oh, I see. It's not there.
Well, where the hell is it? Oh, that's all right. It's over here.
Pull it, Mr. Small.
I am pulling
Pull
it.
it. Oh, that's marvelous. Oh, that is marvelous. Stop. Oh, Mr. Small, what are we going to do? Mr. Small, what are we going to do?
Repeat after me. The Lord is my shepherd.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want.
He maketh me to lie down in green.
He maketh me to lie down in green. Oh!
Pastures.
That's it. That's it. I can't take any more. I'm sorry, Mr. Small. Every time I go out with you, something terrible happens. And this is the last...
Oh, no, please, don't.
Well, it is.
Look, Fred, you can't leave me like this. Why don't you at least give me a push?
Certainly.
Oh, I say. Do, please. Excuse me. I'm so very sorry. It's my fault. Well, I just pressed the brake pedal. Well, of course, you know that, don't you? My apologies again. I just couldn't resist it. Oh, do please forgive me. Take my handkerchief, please. You see, I saw it standing here like a gift from heaven.
Not quite the place of origin I would have chosen. Similar, though. Both begin with the letter H.
What? Oh, yes, I see. Do you know, I haven't sat in one of these for ages and ages. Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Do you know, it takes me back to my courting days in the south of France. Oh, how long ago? Let's see, it was just after the nastiness, you know. Ah, those long, straight French roads, the smell of the vineyards, her hair blowing like flax in the wind. Oh, well. Gone are the days of wine and roses, what? You wouldn't think of selling it, I suppose.
Well...
No, of course not, no. No, silly on me, and you'd be silly to part with it. Just an old man's dream, you know.
I'm not one to spoil a dream.
What, do you think... You mean you might? Oh, no, I couldn't be so lucky. Things like this don't happen in real life.
Forget real life. Make me an offer.
I do believe you're serious.
Never more so.
Well, look here. I'm a pensioner, you know.
Yes, I had guessed.
Well, I couldn't go too high, you understand? They have shocking rates of pay for retired soldiers.
Oh, yes, I know. Yeah, well, I was in the forces myself, you know.
Ah.
Yes, national service. 2 years, made sergeant.
40 years, made general. No, my dear chap, please. Now, look here, about this car. Now, let's not beat about the bush. Bottom line, as they say, no haggling. I'll give you 4 for it.
Done.
Oh, what a pity. Well, I do so enjoy haggling. One of the few pleasures I've got left. You are silly, you know. I'd have gone to another 1,000 easily.
Another what?
1,000. I'd have given you 5,000 if you'd pushed. Still, too late now. We've agreed.
No, I can't do it.
I must learn to keep my big mouth shut. All right. £5,000.
No. You see, I only paid 200 for it, and I couldn't possibly ask for any more.
You are a silly man, aren't you? Now, look here. This is my final offer, 5,100.
No, it's all right.
5,200,
No.
Take it or leave it.
No, don't keep going on. I'm quite satisfied with the price.
Well, I'm not. 5,300. 5,350.
Listen, you don't understand. I only want 200 for it.
Well, you don't understand. You are depriving me of my pleasure in haggling. I shall continue haggling for as long as I please. No rules about how I must haggle? 5,400.
I don't believe this.
5,450.
It's all right. Right. Good. Great. Marvellous. Done.
Ah, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, that was a most enjoyable piece of bargaining.
I thought you said you were a pensioner.
Yes, I am. Look here, I've been guilty of a slight deception, I'm afraid. Actually, I'm rolling in the stuff, as they say. Do you know Dorchester?
The town or the hotel?
The town.
Yes, I have heard of it.
Well, it's mine. Most of it, anyway.
I see. So you're not short of a penny or two?
Oh, well, you could say that, I suppose. Trouble is, I've nobody to leave it to. Nobody I like, anyway. I've no wife, no children, no one. Do with it as I please. Problem is how to get rid of the wretched stuff.
It's never been a problem with me. To get back to the car, you see, now there is a problem, you see. I need a car for work. So if I sell you this one, I'm going to need another.
But that isn't any problem. I've got an old runabout you can borrow for a few days. I don't really need it. I don't take exercise, you see. No, I'll gladly loan it to you.
Yes, I know. Yeah. All right, Mrs. Davis. Look, now, slow down, Mrs. Davis. How many times do I have to tell you there may be something coming around the bend? Oh, that's why you're weaving from side to side, is it? To give the pedestrians a 50-50 chance. Well, that's very sporting of you, Mrs. Davis. I mean, better odds than you gave that rock back there. What rock? The rock you ran over, Mrs. Davis. The rock which sat by the side of the road and said 85 miles to London. Yes, that rock. In your career of mishaps, Mrs. Davis, you have hit a new milestone. Except, of course, that it wasn't you. Probably been there since Dick Whittington. Now, mind the bike. Heaven knows what damage you've done to the underside of the car. It better not be the petrol tank. I don't know what the General's going to say when I take this car back in this state. Probably blow me up something rotten. Are you all right, Mrs. Davis?
Yes, thank you.
Pity.